Top 5 sources of passive income. Number 1 is creating your own product. So in addition to what you do as your day job, if you're a musician, to the sessions or shows that you might perform, in addition to that, we need to find ways to supplement our income with something that I think when people think of passive income, they think, oh, it's money that just comes in magically and I don't have to do any work, which is kind of a myth. There is maintenance work, of course, involved in any source of income, including passive income, as far as marketing it and encouraging people to find out about it. So there is active effort put into it, but it is different than our normal day job or a 9-to-5 type of situation. So the first step would be to think, what items or what hobbies you might have, what is something that you have knowledge in, what is something that you're passionate about, and then figure out how to take that passion and that excitement that you have for something, that knowledge that isn't currently making you money or not making you as much money as it could be, and turn it into something that can help people, something that I think the best tip that someone gave me is to think about what type of service you can offer. Don't think about, how can I get money from people? How can I take? But what can I give someone that is valuable, something that they actually want from me and they're happy in exchange for your service or your whatever it is that you're providing to pay you for. So one example for myself was creating a sample library. Now, for those of you who are not musicians, a sample library is kind of like a robot version of a instrument, of a live player. So I play the cello and I recorded a sample library, which is basically just a computer program that triggers my playing of each note, different phrases and stuff like that using a keyboard. And what is the benefit to this? Well, the cost of this computer program, so the entire first volume that we did is available for $299 online. It's a digital download, and for me, I charge a lot more than that per hour as my session musician rate. And so the benefit to that is if somebody wanted some solo cello sounds or even erhu, which I also recorded, or electric cello on their project, but maybe they're limited by budget and they wanted to have that kind of the general feel of having like a real cello player. Of course, a sample is never going to be the same as a human, but it's a good middle ground. Another great application that a lot of people use it for is kind of like demoing. So for like a music demo or a song demo, they can use that, and it is something of value because it is a lot cheaper than hiring me personally, and it is something that is used by a lot of people for their own projects, their own music, because not everybody has the budget to hire musicians for every single thing that they do. Now, other ideas for you, what can you create? So you could create some kind of online course. So if you are a musician and say you're really, really passionate about, I don't know, certain types of picking styles or a certain specific type of jazz improvisation for flute players or something. People are always interested, trust me, in everything. There is a market for everything. So whatever it is that you are really passionate about and you feel like people could have value from that, so you could do an art course, watercolor painting for beginners, how to draw flowers in great detail, anything like that, and you can advertise on Facebook. You can also advertise on YouTube like this, just by posting a video for free and sharing it and using like the meta tags and make sure you have a good description. You could create your own course for almost nothing. I mean, you can film it on, even honestly right now I'm just using my iPhone. I don't even have a microphone attached to it, so I'm just filming this on an iPhone to show you guys how simple it is. It is really about the content. Of course, it's nice if the video also looks good, and you should invest in that as you continue building. But if you're just starting, even just using your phone or a camera if you have one, and really just capturing something that you're passionate about and have knowledge in. And so in addition to my sample library, which I mentioned, another product that I've created are my cello tutorials and different tutorials that I do, like this one on YouTube. And the residual source of income from that is from Google Ads. So from the ads that you might have had to watch or had the pleasure of watching during this video or before this video, that is another way of income just coming in as you are sleeping or doing other things. Another thing that you can do is to write an ebook. And so there's, you can write stories, you can write children's stories, you can have instructional books, on different subjects, so you can create an ebook. And there are a lot of different services online. If you just if you search for it online, there are companies that will actually format your book for you, proofread it for you, create the covers for you, all for a very nominal fee, even publish it to Amazon or other sources for you. So just do a little bit of research and figure out what is best for your situation. And another example of a source of passive income that I partake in and have partaken in for about 10 years as a musician is self-publishing my own albums. So before I was signed to Sony 2 years ago, I released 9 albums. And these albums, I just, I bought very, very simple and rudimentary microphone, the same one I still use for the last 10 years. An interface, you need a computer, and that's about it. Depending on what you're doing, you can publish your own music. I also mixed most of my own music, or you can hire someone to mix it and master it for you. CD Baby, Disc Makers, these are the companies that I used to put out my work through, and they also have a built-in service where they can also mix and master it for you for a very small fee. And so for that initial investment, and if you do end up doing most of it yourself, that investment is pretty small in the beginning, and the price to get it everywhere, digitally worldwide, and also to maybe send it over to CD Baby if you use them as a distributor, is very, very small. They'll have physical CDs in stock at the CD Baby factory, so if people do want to buy physical copies, they can get it from there, or directly from you. You can open your own merchandise store. I use eCrater. It is 100% free. There's very, very small seller fees, and also, of course, PayPal, Stripe fees if people use a credit card. It's the same, it's a standard fee that the third parties actually charge for you to be able to process payments through them. But the actual site, the basic site, is free, and I still use the free merchandise site. And so you can, if you're an artist or a musician or really anything, you can sell your own products through there. Number 2 of my top passive income ideas. So affiliate links. The one that I am going to talk about is the one that I actively do and promote. You can look at other ones. There's tons of other ones that you can be an affiliate marketer for, depending on what industry you're in. But I am an Amazon affiliate, a very proud Amazon affiliate. And again, I feel like if you do things genuinely, I am an Amazon fanatic. Everything, this I got on Amazon, this shirt I got on Amazon, the belt, if you can see it, that I'm wearing is from Amazon. The curtains behind me are from Amazon. So my eyeshadows from Amazon. Oh my gosh, my eyelashes are from Amazon. I just bought 3 dozen through my Amazon account because I had a quantity discount. But anyway, so for me, I don't feel, you shouldn't do anything that you feel kind of embarrassed, to market, because I feel like energetically that's not a bad thing. That's a bad thing. But if you're really honest about it, and it is something that you use or you're passionate about, people can tell that you're being genuine. So how does it work? So for Amazon, I'll have a link to my Amazon shop below. So I just recommend the products that I actually have purchased myself. So nothing that was, given to me for free, but stuff that I've actually purchased and I love and I use. And a lot of times when I do post on social media, maybe I'm wearing something in a music video or even on stage. A lot of my stage outfits are actually from Amazon, most of them through Amazon. And people have asked, oh, where'd you get this? And I kept giving people links. And when I found out that they had an affiliate program, which means I make a tiny percentage of the profit from whatever the sellers are making through my link to their product, I thought, oh, perfect, because I'm recommending people these products anyway. So that is an example of affiliate linking. So depending on, again, what you do, there's a lot of, there's people who are selling their own products, who are looking for other, people online to help market their products. So you can really search for that and see if there's anything in your area of passion or expertise that you can actually help market through affiliate linking. Now, number 3 of my top 5 passive income ideas is, you might think wait, that's not really passive income, but technically it is. So this one I think is actually really, really important. And this is choosing your credit cards very, very carefully. So you might have heard like, don't use credit cards, you know, credit cards are bad, and that's not true. What is bad is irresponsible and unconscious use of credit cards. So if you're using credit cards to buy stuff that you can't afford, yeah, of course that's bad. And then you rack up a lot of debt, and then before you know it, you're paying $500 for something that costs $50, you know, because it takes you years to pay it off. And I'm not exaggerating, that does happen for a lot of people. So what I mean is that you take a look at the different credit cards that you have, or the different credit cards that are available, and what benefits you can get from them. Now, out of all the credit cards that I have 10, none of them costs money. So I really don't believe in paying for a credit card unless you have some really, you know, unique circumstance. I'm sure there are those, but if I can get away with having a lot of credit cards and not having to pay a single cent for any of them, you guys can do it too. Just as an example, I'm going to list, let me see, I wrote these down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credit cards. The 5 that I use the most, you know, probably the only 5 that I use on a regular basis, what I use them for, how much cash back they give you, and, you know, obviously the reason that I use them. So my biggest thing, yeah, I talked about Amazon a little earlier. I buy a lot of things from Amazon because it is convenient, you know, and free shipping, all that stuff. The prices are good, actually a lot better than most, you know, in-person, you know, physical stores. So the first one, the first 3 cards I'm going to talk about are American Express cards. The first one is the Amazon Business American Express. So if you have a business, if you're an S Corp, a C Corp, LLC, you can get this card. It is absolutely free and 5% cash back automatically for anything you buy off Amazon. So how is that residual income? Well, if you're going to buy these supplies anyway for your business or related to your work, or a musician, you buy music gear, whatever it is, you're getting 5% cash back. That's $5 for every $100. And sometimes, as you know, there are pieces of equipment and things that cost a lot more than that. So that is money. It's money coming straight back to you. So if you can do that, if you do not own a business, a registered business, you can still get the same benefits from Chase. Chase has an Amazon card. It is like a personal card, so for individual, and they also offer 5% cash back. That is a card that I used for a very long time until I transferred everything over for my business spending to my American Express business card. And don't worry if you're getting confused, everything will be linked down below so you can go check this out. Now the next card is the American Express Business Cash Card, and what I use that card specifically for, so I have myself and my assistants who also have employee cards through American Express Business Cash Card. I get 5% cash back on my wireless phone, so I have T-Mobile. I get 5% cash back every month on my payments, so that is a lot of money. And you also get 5% cash back at any office supply store, so like Staples or something like that. And then there's a variety of things that you can choose from depending on your business needs, but for my 3% cash back, I chose US shipping because I ship out a lot of sometimes eBay orders or my merchandise store orders. So through FedEx, UPS, USPS, any US based shipping services, automatically 3% cash back. So that is money in your pocket. The next credit card is another American Express, and this is the Blue Cash Card. So this is an individual card for individuals, and I use that one only for groceries. Why? Because you get 3% back for groceries. And finally, I love my Uber Visa card. So it is through Barclay Bank. And the great thing about that is that you get 4% cash back at restaurants or takeout. And so a lot of you probably go out to eat. Why not get a 4% discount, 4% cash back on whatever you spend eating out or ordering food in? And you also get 3% back on any air or hotel purchases. So these are just a few of the credit cards that I personally use. There are many cards out there that are also offering introductory offers, so 0% APR for a year, something like that, and as well as a bonus cashback offers. So be sure to just go out, search for it, see what you qualify for, see which ones offer benefits that you can actually use. Not to just randomly go out and buy new things because you have a new credit card, but to spend the money that you have to spend for your business, for your basic life expenses, stuff that you're already spending. So you actually are making money because you're spending the money anyway, and they're just giving you back 3 to 5%, which again is a lot of money. My number 4 source of passive income is peer-to-peer lending. So I have been lending money out to people through Lending Club for approximately 7 years now, and I will actually include a graphic to show you guys the status of my personal account, just so that you can see. I have a 6.51% return so far, which is not bad. It's not as high as you could possibly make in stocks or whatnot, but I like to have a diversified source of income. And the reason why I count this account as passive income is because there's a lot of cash flow. So I've talked about this in a previous video of mine, which was a finance advice for freelancers. And I talked about how there's a lot of cash flow coming in because all the loans that you loan out to people are paid back on different days. So if you are in a situation where you do want to have access, liquidity to your funds, this is a great option. And so basically, what is Lending Club? What is peer-to-peer lending? So when banks or credit cards, like we just discussed, when they give you credit, so basically they loan you money and you have to pay them back plus a little bit more, plus interest, for their services, for borrowing. The bank is who you're paying. Now, instead of paying the bank, they can pay you or me. So that's basically what it is. You can actually go to Lending Club to get a personal loan. For people use it to pay off like really high APR, high interest credit cards that they have. Some people use it for moving expenses, medical emergencies, which is unfortunate. But it is a great thing because the rates on Lending Club are still better than a lot of the personal loan rates, which are horrible. That you would get from a bank or from a loan shark or something like that. So it's a win-win situation on both sides. And I personally invest in all grades. So from people with really good credit to not so good credit, but I have it very, very diversified, as you can see here. I've loaned a lot of money out to people, but I have made over $41,000 in interest. So this is not just principal. That's money that I earned plus the original investment that I put in. So that's how much I've made so far. And everything that I'm paid, even though there is that liquidity, I actually don't take the money out. I just reinvest it. And I do it manually. There is an automatic investing option if you guys really want something passive and hands-free, hands-off. I always advise that it's not wise to totally want to be lazy about things, because this is your life. These are your finances. You should, even if you choose to do the automated option, you probably should go in there just once in a while, at least. For me, I think at least once a week, or maybe even once a month. If you're truly not into it, you just want to have like a robo-advisor or somebody else do it, but you should go in to make sure you kind of know what's going on with your own money and your finances. But I actually check it every single day. And so as soon as money is paid back, I actually go to all the different notes, so all the different people, and they actually explain, they show how much money they make every month, how many credit cards they have, how much of their credit that they're using, when the last time they defaulted was, how much they're asking for, what they're using it for. So a lot of information, and you can go to that extreme where you analyze. And sometimes I do that when I have the time. I'll read and I'll say, this person didn't pay one of their credit card bills 2 months ago, so I'm not going to risk it. So you can kind of look through it and then just choose to loan your $25 note, that increment, to them. And so just do that as the money comes in, and I think that is a wonderful source of, there's some work involved, but it's pretty passive because you just choose the loan, and then hopefully they pay you back and you make the extra interest. And last but not least, number 5 is real estate. So I invest through real estate investment trusts, and I use Fundrise and Realty Mogul. Now, I'm going to give you just a little bit of my own personal experience with these two services. There are others out there. And of course, you can also invest in actual real estate. But for me, because this is about passive income, and this is much, much more passive because you don't have to go worry about collecting rent from your renters. You don't have to worry about if the toilet breaks and you have to find a plumber or go fix it yourself. So this is super, super passive because all you do is invest your money, and then the company takes care of everything else, which I like, and it's good for me. So the first one is Fundrise. Through Fundrise, I have received a 7% weighted average return, and the distribution, so the money that is paid out to investors, are distributed quarterly, and that means 4 quarters in a year, 4 quarters in a dollar. So every 3 months, you receive a distribution. And right now, they are doing a special introductory offer for new investors. If it's something that you kind of just want to dip your toes into and try it out for a little bit without a huge amount of capital to start. It's a starter portfolio, that's what they're calling it, and it's only a $500 minimum. So it's pretty low. And it is actually, I don't think they actually offered it when I joined, but there's a 90-day policy, return policy. So they guarantee that if you are not happy after 90 days, they will buy back your investment from you at the initial price that you paid. So if you invested $800 into it, they'll promise you that they'll pay you back $800 no matter how much your investment is worth. However, I'm pretty sure your investment is going to be worth more than $800 in 3 months. So I think they're pretty confident about the fact that people will enjoy it. I've had a great experience. So here, if you take a look, these are my actual dividends that I received last year in 2018, and this was my my introductory toe dipping experiment. So I only put in 5,000, which I felt like was a conservative number to try out after doing a lot of research into their history of how much they've paid out. And as you can see, it's not bad. So last month I just invested a lot more after I tried it out for a full year at only $5,000. These were the dividends that I received. And for me, again, similar to Lending Club, I actually am not taking anything out. So anything that I'm making as a distribution payment, I actually have it automatically reinvested into the portfolio, which is an option. It's just a little button that you choose, so you're not tempted to spend the money that you make. Now, Mogul Realty has a $1,000 minimum, and they currently have 2 portfolios available for you to invest in. Number 1 and number 2, I have money invested in both. So through number 1, there is an 8% return, and these are monthly distributions, which is great. So you get money every month. And then for Mogul Realty 2, it is a 4.5%, and it is quarterly. So it's paid out every 3 months, 4 times a year. Now you might ask, oh, why don't you just invest a little bit more into the other one, Mogul Realty 1, which pays more? And for me, I just have, I actually don't mind if some of my investments have a little bit less of a return, because I feel more comfortable if everything is diversified, just like how I feel more comfortable if my sources of income are from a lot of different places, because you never know. And just for me, for my peace of mind, I like to have things in a lot of different baskets. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. Like it if you like this video. And if you have any comments or concerns, leave it below. I'll try to read all of them and get back to you as soon as I can. Bye.